Ann.
And I welcome you to CSE Talk Radio today. It is my honor, my privilege, and my pleasure to be here with you today. I want to thank you for your patience. I was gone Thursday and Friday, and I ran some shows that had been very popular that you all seem to really like, and so I reran that with Bill Bullard and with Dr. Pat Michaels, and I thank you for that, and I thought I'd let you know what I got to do. It was kind of a special thing, and it was kind of in the last minute, the last couple of weeks that actually husband kind of was demanding that I do it, and I'm glad I did. It was an honor. It was an honor. We had a relative on his side of the family that became the commander over the B-2 bomber squadron. And we were invited to the ceremonies of the changing of command, and with that, they had arranged for 2 days of activities and tours for the families that came for this. And so I actually got to sit in the cockpit of a B-2 stealth bomber. And that was quite it was pretty exciting. I enjoyed it. And then very few people, very rare, does anybody get to be in the simulator. So we got to be in the simulator, and yes, I landed safely, the stealth bomber, not without help with the pilot over here telling me what to do. At one point they said, you realize you're only 500 feet from the ground and you still got 5 miles to go to the runway. And so I thought, well, okay, that means they think I should go over the top of these trees instead of through them. So that's what I did. And I did land it successfully, and I was pretty proud of that. But it was a rare opportunity, and it was an honor to meet so many of America's finest. There was a lot of young men and young women on the base there, and it was just really a good time. So I had mixed feelings, and some of these listened to me on a radio station down in Alamogordo, New Mexico. Some of the relatives, and they didn't even know I was on the air there till somebody else told them, are you related to this person? And they go, well, I'm not sure. And this was a few years back. And they realized, obviously you can see they're not close relatives. They were distant relatives, but we've kind of connected and found each other. And so it was kind of an honor for me. And I let them know I had mixed feelings. I said, I want to be here really bad, and that's why I'm here. And they said, who's doing your show? What did you do? And so I had to tell them what I did. But I said, I'll have to tell you right now, I am missing it something bad, because there's a lot of stuff on the air to talk about right now. And I hated that I couldn't be here. Sometimes you just wished you could clone yourself and be 2 places at once, but that's not the way it is. And so I had to make a decision. However, there were lots of things that were going on that I felt I needed to bring to your attention, and I'm sure you know about them by now. But here we are. We have 2019, and there's a lot of stuff going on against you, against we the people. They're playing politics. So, again, we challenge you. CSE Talk Radio challenges all my listeners, all of you, to be the storm in 2019. We have a big week ahead of us. Tomorrow will be Daniel Turner. He'll be with us if he doesn't get another urgent call and have to go to a meeting that he's had to do the last couple of times. And Melody Cedarstrom will be joining us on Wednesday. I did have CJ Hadley scheduled, and she's had to reschedule with me, so she won't be here Thursday. But the D.C. occupiers are still at their tricks. They work their politics against we the people. But that day is coming to an end, because we're not going to take it anymore, are we? We're not going to take it anymore. We're going to be the storm that blows back, the storm that lightnings, the storm that brings the rain to replenish the liberty. I don't care whether you're a Democrat, whether you're a Republican, whether you're a Libertarian, or any other party. I'm not worried about the parties. They can fall as far as I'm concerned. I'm worried about we the people. I'm concerned for the truth and liberty. I'm concerned about the future generations of this nation. Will they be free? Will there be independence for them? At the rate Congress is legislating and spending, I'd say there's no way that's going to happen unless we put an end to it. The more the government gets involved in our lives, the less free we are. Now, one thing that set me off on Thursday and Friday, and I wasn't here to vent, was Mitt Romney. Now, Mitt Romney, you know, I've never been a fan of Mitt Romney. He's a big government guy. He's a globalist. He is not a team player. He never has been, never will be. And he's all about Mitt. And he was seizing an opportunity, and I think it kind of backfired on him. But I have an article here from Pat Buchanan that I think explains quite a bit of it. And I really have a lot of respect for Pat Buchanan. I don't always agree with him 100%, but he's got a little more experience than me, so I have to take a wait-and-see attitude. But Pat Buchanan wrote an article, and he says Trump will face a primary challenger, and he believes one of them will be Mitt Romney. He said, if there is a more anti-Trump organ in the American establishment than the Washington Post, it does not readily come to my mind. Hence, in choosing to send his op-ed attack on President Donald Trump to the Post, Mitt Romney was collaborating with an adversary of his party and of his president. And he knew it. And the Post rewarded his collusion. I love that word, collusion. It gets thrown around a lot these days. Pat went on to say, the president has not risen to the mantle of his office. That's Romney quote. In quality of his characters, that's a Romney quote. Trump shortfall has been most glaring. Again, that's a Romney quote. Our leaders must inspire and unite us, not promote tribalism. That's a Romney quote from his article. We must defend the free press. Also a quote from the Romney article. All music to the Post ears. They loved every verb, every word of it. As senator, Romney promised, I will speak out against significant statements or actions that are divisive, racist, sexist, and anti-immigrant. Does that sound like a senator that's planning to back the president? I don't think so. Sounds like a litany of media slanders against President Donald Trump, some of which 7 years ago were lodged against a GOP presidential nominee whose name was Mitt Romney. Thursday, the Post said Romney in its special currency with a page one photo and the headline about having discovered a new voice of resistance. But Romney had not exactly pledged, I love this line, his life, fortune, and sacred honor to the headline about his discovered a new voice of resistance. He didn't pledge his sacred honor. We're going to start there when we come back. I wanted to talk about that a little bit. Mitt Romney was accusing the president of being less than a gentleman. Well, he's got a nice suit, a pretty expensive suit, and he talks purty. But he's a backstabber. He wanted President Donald Trump's endorsement so he could be senator. He's not sure who he's going to endorse in 2020. He hasn't decided yet. It depends on who all runs. Meaning, he's going to run. You're listening to CSC Talk Radio. This is Beth Ann. I'm going to share this Pat Buchanan article with you, and we will be right back.